To most people, it may seem like luge athletes aren't doing anything at all, but in actuality, they are making minute adjustments with their shoulders, legs, arms, and handles to get the perfect line down the track. The best of the best can make it seem like they're doing nothing at all. I sat down with a group of senior national and junior national team athletes to find out what they had to say on the key mental fitness aspects of luge. This is what they said.
I find imagery really important in the sport of luge, and I do it a lot myself just because at every track that we go to before every race, you only get a certain amount of runs before the race, and we found that it's really advantageous to each athlete to get a really large volume of runs. Since we're not presented with that opportunity, a lot of us will lay in our sleds and mentally go through the run over and over again, and it helps to increase your memory, helps to memorize all of the turns, the twists, how to drive. It also helps you to increase your reaction time on if mistakes occur down the track. So I find it's really, really helpful in the sport of luge and helps a lot before races, also increases your confidence a lot.
So feelings that you can get from our sport can be complete opposites. If you have a good run, it can be the best feeling in the world. If you just nail every drive and have a clean run, it feels amazing.
But if you have a bad run, generally while you're going down the track, it doesn't affect you as much as when you're done, and then you just sort of get this crazy adrenaline shake. Well, when I control my emotions, I do a lot of breathing. So like I sit in the handles and I have this thing where I like tap my spikes in the ground twice, and then I close my eyes and I take 3 deep breaths, and then I tell myself I'm gonna kill it, and then I pull off the handles.
Self-talk can be beneficial to the mental preparation for a sport. A simple keyword during visualization can be a mental trigger used while sliding, such as position, to apply a position check at a certain point, or relax to remind yourself to relax.
In stressful situations, one of the best things to do is just keep everything light. The more you think about things, the more troubles you usually get yourself into. Sport-specific benefits would be just that you're living in the moment. You're not overthinking things, over-calculating where you need to drive, and it just makes the whole run better because you're just living in the moment.
So to promote balance in my life with my family and friends in my sport, I make sure that I spend a lot of time with my family because they keep me grounded. And when I get the opportunity, I try to spend time away from the track and sport and stuff just to maintain a balance between what's real and what's sport world, because it can be a little bubble sometimes. As far as changing my priorities, I think sport gives you a lot of the tools that you learn from going to university or going to school, and life experiences just in a different way. I think you learn the work ethic and drive and goal setting and a lot of important mental tricks.
Although we compete individually, I feel that team life is really important for competing. There's a lot of times where, even though some of the times you might be actually competing against some of your teammates, we always help each other. It's never a huge competition within the people sliding on the same team. And I think it actually definitely positively affects our results, because we get a lot of extra help beyond coaches through our teammates.
Motivation is a key part of my sport. When training gets hard, I always think back to like the first race that I ever won and how good it felt to win a race, and that always helps me keep going. When training gets tough, I just push through it and just say that like it's always going to get better. It's never going to stay this way.
Goal setting is important for us in luge because it sort of gives you a way to measure your success and measure where you're going to go. If you don't have goals, then all the effort you put into like what you do every day, it's not like it's useless, but it's sort of like you need to direct all that energy somewhere, and if you have a goal, it kind of pushes you in the right direction rather than just sort of floundering around, spending all your time not really sure where you're going. And specifically the certain goals that are set, it's sort of like kind of like where you want to be, where you want to go. Personally, I try to set achievable goals, so it's sort of like you're not going to set yourself up for too much disappointment by setting something that you really want to happen, but no, it's kind of not possible. Setting more than one goal at a time is pretty normal for us. So like we'll be like, okay, next run I want to get a PB or I want to get a faster start. But then your long-term goal is going to be like, oh, am I going to make the junior team? Like I want to set a goal for myself in a couple months or like further in the season than just like, you know, next run. So definitely more than one goal at a time. My dream goal, apart from luge, I want to street legalize a golf cart, but for luge, definitely. I don't know if the Olympics are ever in that spectrum, but sort of just getting as far as I can and knowing that I've done my best. And I don't think goals are really that personal a thing. I can tell people about them if they ask, but most of the time people aren't interested because generally in luge everyone's kind of got the same kind of thing going for them, so they all kind of want the same thing.
The one thing you can never have any effect on is external factors. So the more you worry about those, the more stress you're going to get. The biggest thing is just not to worry about those because it really has no impact on your performance. The track will be clear when it's clear, and the track is yours, and that's what you need to worry about.
Track is clear for Ariane Jones. Back here.